Okay. My name is Will. I want to move this out of your way. I don't want it to block your view of me. That's right, I'm large. I'm big. I did not wake up this morning and go, oh no, I'm swollen. It doesn't happen like that. Yeah, I feel pretty good. Being big has advantages. Has disadvantages too. But some of the advantages, I'm a lot harder to kid down. Yeah. And this year, being large, I've got my very first corporate sponsor, the American Heart Association. I get to go around the schools and tell kids you need to eat right and exercise. Because if you don't, no, I go around the schools and I get to tell kids you need to eat right and exercise, because if you don't, 3 very serious health conditions could arise. Number 1, you could get diabetes. Diabetes is a battle you have to fight the rest of your life. Number 2, you could get heart disease. And heart disease is the kind of thing that could shorten your lifespan. And number 3, which I think is far worse than the other 2, you could chafe. Oh, did you see the skinny people up here? They're like, what's that? Is that an eye disease or something? What is that? Let me tell you this. If you're struggling with that third medical condition, there's only a couple things you can do. You can grease it. But please don't picture that, ma'am. Please, thank you. You can grease it. The bad thing is she just got cat in the dryer. You can grease it, but if you do, anytime you go anywhere, you look like a professional bowler. And that's wrong. Your only other option is to powder it. But if you do that, anytime you sit down, it looks like you're trying to do magic. Now, just a minute ago, I made fun of you skinny people up here. Let me say something. I'm a Christian comedian, and if you're here tonight and you're skinny, I don't like you. Okay? I don't. You be honest. I don't like skinny people because they can't do the simplest of things, like eat at a buffet. You ever see a skinny person at a buffet? They walk up and go, maybe I'll have some of this. No? Maybe I'll have some of this. Maybe I'll have a pea. Scoop and go! Scoop and go! Figure out what you got when you get back to your table. That's what we do. Will, how do you know if you're large? I mean, how do you tell? Well, here's the litmus test. Have you ever been goosed by the shower curtain? Yeah. Some of us get in, do one side, get out, turn around, and go back in. That's the way of life. And being big, oh, when it's cold, skinny people, oh, it's cold. I should have brought a sweater. I should. No, you should have been wolfing down some Little Debbie snack cakes about 6 months ago. Put some meat on your bones. I'm built like a walrus. I sweat at 12 below, but I'm warm up here. But being big has advantages. It has some disadvantages. One of the disadvantages, just been diagnosed with some optical problems. I'll just say it, my doctor says I'm going blind. We're praying and we're fighting it. I'm not going to accept that as our final outcome. They don't know if it's from working under stage lights or if it's some other things that are going on. My wife noticed it the other day. She said, honey, will you take out the trash? I couldn't see that happening. So pray for me. I've been diagnosed with diabetes. I have to take 2 of these little pills every morning to regulate my blood sugar. And the doctor's like, you have to take them every day, Will, for them to work properly. I'm like, Doc, I take 2 pills every single morning with my Mountain Dew and my Pop-Tarts. Not working. But the worst thing about all of this is I've been diagnosed with sleep apnea. By applause, does anyone know what sleep apnea is? Yeah. Now, in case you don't know what that is, it's when you stop breathing in your sleep. I always thought that would be the way I would die, in my sleep. But I thought somewhere in that equation would be my wife and a pillow. Now, let me say this. My wife is a Christian in public. I'll hear about that one at home, okay? She's wonderful. She's a wonderful bride. We've been married going on 15 years. Yes. 15 years. It only seems like 15 seconds. Underwater. That, and getting married to her is the best decision she ever made for me. I love it. But I always thought that would be the way I would die, would be in my sleep. But now I just stopped breathing on my own. That's just kind of weird. And I went to the doctor. I'm like, Doc, I got to do something about this. He says, well, you can eat right and exercise. And I said, or? It could have happened. He's like, well, if you truly have sleep apnea, the biggest symptom for sleep apnea is that you snore. I did not know that. The biggest symptom for sleep apnea is that you snore. Did you know there's only 2 ways to snore? One is through your nose. That's a nasal snore. That's the kind of person that sounds like they have a wood chipper stuck in their sinus cavity. And they kind of sound like over here went, that's him! That's him! That's a nasal snore. The only other way to snore is through your mouth, and that's an oral snore. That's the kind of person that sounds like they have a ping pong ball stuck in a shop vac, and they kind of sound like oral snore. The worst thing about my sleep apnea, I do both. I am an oral and a nasal snorer. And the medical term for that is sleeping on the couch. I was like, Doc, I gotta do something for this sleep apnea. It is killing me. He says, what we can do, we can get you a little machine. It's called a CPAP machine. A little CPAP machine, in case you don't know what this is a little machine that sits beside my bed and pumps air up my nose all night so I don't forget to breathe. So now I put the CPAP on, it's like... Hey, honey, this is a whole lot better, isn't it? Luke, I'm your father. Darth Vader wasn't scary. He had a CPAP hanging around his neck. You know? But if you don't understand a CPAP machine has this mask. It's like a snorkel. I have to put snorkel gear on to go to bed. I have to put this mask on, and it connects in the back with these straps, these Velcro straps. And these Velcro straps, sometimes they stick to the pillow. The other night, I rolled over in bed, but the face mask didn't. At first, I got a little happy, because all I felt was, ew, she says. I guess, yeah, about that age, that's what it is. Then I got scared, because it went,